Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Young here again, ready to show you something exciting to try at home. So for this week's lesson, we are going to pull from one of lessons we did several weeks ago and one you may have learned in your science class about simple machines. Yep, you are going to be designing a pulley to lift a load or raise a flagpole. If you recall, a pulley is a grooved wheel from which a line can be used to lift a load. And in this lesson, you're going to have an option to create 3 different types of pulleys. So let me show you the first one. The first option is to create a pulley that is made out of a bottle cap and is put in between 2 different cracker box pieces of cardboard. You can use a cereal box or cardstock. You might even be able to try cardboard. So go ahead and glue that to each side of the bottle cap, and there you have your grooved wheel. Next, you're going to grab some string and have an adult carefully help you poke a hole through some kind of plastic container. I used, this is an empty fruit cup, but you can use a yogurt container or any other kind of plastic container that is empty of food. And I am going to put my line through my wheel, my grooved wheel, and I did not put anything in here. I don't have a load, but you are going to put dried beans or nuts or cereal, and you are going to use your line to lift the load. So that's the first example of the pulley. And before I move on to the second example, I forgot to mention you can use a pencil or a chopstick. Might even be able to use a straw. Okay, so that's pulley number 1. Now, pulley number 2 involves using a wired hanger, and unfortunately, I do not have any of those at home. So I am going to show you an example of what that would look like. So here is a picture of a wire hanger, and you'll need an adult to help you cut the wire hanger in the middle, as the picture shows. And then you'll need to take an empty thread spool and put the 2 ends through the spool. And then, of course, have the adult help in curving the ends up so that the spool doesn't fall off the hanger. And there you have your pulley. Your wheel is actually the spool, and then you just need your load and your line to lift your pulley, to lift something using your pulley, I should say. All right, so that's the second type of pulley. And then the third type of pulley involves paper. That's right, just paper. And this, excuse me, not a pulley, flagpole, pardon me. So here is an example of a flagpole that I designed, made entirely out of paper. Of course, there's cardboard at the bottom, but the pole itself is all paper. So I used my chopstick to help roll the paper as tight as I could. And you can tell I used, I poked holes through both of the 2 side poles. And then I attached a flat piece of paper and my flag. And here I have a flagpole. And all I have to do is pull on my paper in either direction to get my flagpole to move up and down. So that's the third type of example that is listed in the lesson plan. So you have 3 different choices to choose from. You can try all of them if you'd like. Now, I did include some video resources and the materials that you'll need to make the 3 different pulleys. I will tell you, though, that the flagpole that I made looks very different than the video resource that I included in the lesson plan. I still think it can be done. However, I was not able to get it to work. So I myself had to use the engineering design process. I had to use those worksheets to think through my ideas, draft up my plan. I had to use some materials to see if it would work. It didn't. But I revised my thinking. I thought of a different plan, and I was able to create the same thing the flag pole that was created in the video, but just a little bit differently. So don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to try again, do something different. And even if it doesn't work, you just can keep on trying some new ideas and eventually it will work. Just don't give up. So again, your job this week, using the resources listed with this lesson, as well as the engineering design process brainstorm page, is to create a pulley or a flagpole and to help lift a load. For my flag, before I forget to mention, you can also decorate your flag any way you want. I kept mine very plain, but you can certainly add a fun little message or decorate it any way you'd like. All right, so that's it. I hope you have fun, and I will see you again sometime. Bye.